Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope you're having a good day or had a good day. It was a busy day for me. Um, Trying to go through my comic books to be able to post them on Facebook um, Marketplace to work for sale. I have several different ones that'll be on sale if you want to go over there and look for them. So here we are. It's a Saturday, and we are going through my book, Finding Peace Within the Storm. Uh, this book right here was something I really wanted to do. It just took a long time for me to do it because I collected all the poetry I had in a box, and all those boxes or all the poems in there. People talk to me about publishing something, which I need to start working on an actual book. And I have several ideas. I have some things that I started. I just need to work on them. Copy. So now it's just that trying to find something to do because between looking for a job and all that. Oh yeah. But anyway, um, wanted to do something different. In Wanted to do something, so I published a book, and um, as you can see here, I mean, this is a hardcover book, um, which they do have hardcover available now over on Amazon, which was something that was really cool when they decided they wanted to do that. This next one called Someday. It's all in what you believe. If you believe with all your heart, then nothing will stand in your way. Sooner or later, whatever you believe will exist someday. It all seems like a distant memory now. The laughter, your smile, and our tears. Yesterday held our hearts. The present finds us at the crossroad of our lives, and I feel that the future is going to be very lonely. And a lot of times, this poem right here, I was looking at different things and perspectives on stuff where, um, things weren't really going where they were. They still don't go way they should be nowadays. I mean, it's depending on how you're looking. So you can look at the glass half full or the glass half empty. And I've always struggled with having that positive mindset. I was able to get a firm grasp on it um, for a while before things just started spiraling out. So, but here's a hope. Hopeful things are getting better. Things will be working. Towards being more positive and everything. That's all you can really do. It's all you can hope for. And it was funny because I had somebody tell me, it's like, you need to stop saying hope um, because you're taking away your hope. And it's just like, no, you're taking away my hope by telling me not to hope, not to believe that something's going to happen. That it's positive, that hope that things hopefully will happen. So this next one called Flame. I saw a girl standing in the garden. She was holding some flowers and a lighter in her hand. She started to burn them, and the flame danced and flickered, eating away at the colorful petals. Tears streamed down her face as she dropped the burning pile to the ground and slowly walked away. Um, this poem right here was something that I thought about because of I saw somebody burning a rose once, and it made me really think about how pissed off somebody has to be able to burn a rose, and be pissed off at somebody, or heartbroken that they can burn a rose and destroy something that is beautiful. But it also, it means you remember somebody, which is funny enough that my sister shared a video with me about the meaning of rose tattoos and stuff, and how it's a symbol of love, a symbol of dedication to somebody, and it's also a symbol that of somebody that was once here with you or passed away. It's actually called burn. I can feel it burning deep beneath my skin. A cold shiver runs down my spine as I feel my pulse race and my skin begins to crawl. And I want to scream or find a release, just a few seconds of relief. But I fight on. Even if I burn, I must be strong. And for this poem here, it's just basically, I was inspired by the song "Burn" by The Cure for movie The Crow and everything. And but you also think about how, because this poem right here came from my time being in that church, and fully giving your body over to Christ, and it's like not um, you're supposed to hold every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ, to where you don't lust after somebody or think about things. But then you start getting into those moments where you burn because you really want that person, you really want that release, and that's what really makes it most difficult for you. Because you feel like your skin's on fire because you want that release. This one's called Steps. The first step is a challenge, and no one sees it. Every step takes time, big and small, long or short. The effort is all the same. The strength we find leads us, guides us through it. Leads us through it. It may be rough. The challenges might be great. Just remember you have taken the first step to be alive. Now, oh, now for me, the movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, it was that it's like you taking your first steps out the door, or Lord of the Rings, or Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. You got to take that first step and cross the threshold to be able to finding yourself and becoming alive, and accepting that challenge of what life may bring you. That you're going to make those first steps, even though nobody may not see that first step that you've taken, which it talks about here. But it's getting out there and doing things to be able to prove to yourself more than anybody else around you, proving to yourself that you can do it. This next one's called Dream. Can you feel it? Can you feel what I feel? Can you hear me call? This fear is hurting me even when I call to you. From my knees, my heart begins to bleed. Can you take away my pain and give him peace? God, can you free me? I want to be alive again and dream again without these chains to bind me. I want to feel her love and give my heart away. Can I just be free for one day? Why can't this pain go away? Look me in my eyes and you'll see a flicker of a flame, broken and bleeding. The flame is fading. Can you pull me through? Because maybe if I close my eyes, my pain will disappear. Lost without your touch, moving away without a smile, drawing reason to hide my fears. How could these tears be profound? I see you standing all alone, needing someone to be your clown. All I want to know is, was this all a dream? Now, this poem right here, um, a lot of these poems, especially in the first three books, were a lot that some come from me being in the church and everything, and having that religious zeal or zeal. And because there's just times when you want God to take away something, you pray for it, you want it, because you can't move on if it's not taken away. And even though God says, well, His grace is sufficient enough. That's why Jesus came and died for our sins and all this stuff. And you got to plot a way of trying to get past these things. And a lot of times it's just like, what is it? Is it the fear that is it fear? Is it love? And finding somebody to love you, when you realize you gotta love yourself. Fear, you gotta have courage to be able to overcome the things because you're stronger. Even when you're afraid, that's your strength right there because you have fear. You know, fear makes you stronger. And then a lot of times when you burn, which is what the other thing is, you know, you're burning of the flesh, is like you try to be strong to get through those things. And we'll go two more here. An awkward moment is so strange. Lost in silent, two hearts with nothing to say. They search for words to break the silence between them. So to be a fool, maybe I've fallen for you. Then a fool I was glad to be, to fall for you. And let me be a fool once more if it means we'll never be together. At least I won't be a fool for not knowing. I could not live for that because I've been there so many times. And this poem right here is basically, for me, it was trying to take a chance on asking somebody out and having that mindset of like, can you live with the regret of not knowing, of asking somebody out that, not because, she could be the one, but it's because, was the regret, if it's the regret that you didn't ask her out. And I got to the point where now it's just like, I asked somebody out. I just, I don't care. I'll ask somebody out. They say no. They say no. If they want to go out, we'll go out. We'll do things. But it's just like it doesn't matter. It's just that having conquering that fear and not having that regret. And as you get older, you have a lot more regrets. This next one's called The Romance of a Rose. Romance of a rose, a distant memory of a time of great joy. Oh, how beautiful you are, even more than before. Dressed in a gown with a red rose in your hair, I am my best. Dressed for our first Christmas together, your eyes seemed to sparkle at night. Like stars, nothing was far from perfect. I thought to myself as I held you in my arms. The music was soft and slow, and we danced, and I was lost in you, and you and me, and it was graceful. And this poem right here was written about the time, it was inspired by the time I got to be performing in a Christmas play, while I was dancing with a woman named Tina Sumner at that point. She's married now, so I don't know what her last name is. But it was an honor to be able to have that time to be able to dance with her, and it was so inspiring as I wrote that poem and everything. But it was a lot of fun because as for me it wasn't, I always wanted to dance and I got to do something like that. And it was really cool. So that's for me tonight. I'll try and be back here next Saturday if I can. It just depends on what's going on or how crazy I'm going to be and everything. But check out my friends and the disclaimer, the thing of this, the caption of this post. Energetix portraits and her her portraits here. She does make different things with for Game of Thrones and all that. So definitely check out her website. And she also does sell portraits for people who want to do something for their family, something special. Cast it in for our podcast with Sarah Aikenhead, Sherry Aikenhead, and Bill Armour Miller. They just did a recent one where they finished up chapter 9 and 10, the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. So they'll be getting back into doing another one hopefully soon. Checking into the Chronicles of a Bookshop by the Spine Bookshop and Lindsay Schultz. The stuff's over on Spotify. The link's in the bio, or links in this. So definitely check it out. She has gone through and interviewed a lot of the authors that are in the bookshop itself. So definitely stop by there and listen to it. That way you can be able to hear about different things, and yours truly, myself, is on there. My friends Alberta and Aria on their Reiki services. Definitely reach out to them if you want to try and help, because it does help. And let's see. Please buy my books. The link's in there. You can buy them from me, or you can buy them from there. So reach out to me on DM, or check out my comic books over on the marketplace. Y'all have a good night. Take care of yourselves. I will see you next week. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.